Yes. Just think of these cyber crimes, the internet or some other computer network. Yes. But then there are those that are cybernetics, cybernetician. Yeah. A science of communications and automated controls, automatic control systems. Yeah. In both machines and living things. Pronunciation key. Oh my gosh. Yes. Now, for those in the United States Navy that have all that firepower, yes. The last thing you would want is to be getting your commands from somebody that was a Manchurian. Now, I have been explaining that my rights are being violated. Yes. And it's not that I did have, well, kind of a relationship with the Navy when I was living on Guam. Yeah. It's the idea that oaths of office do not support and defend the Constitution. Now, I'm sitting here because no one wants me to have custody of my sons. Yes. And no one wants to prosecute Mike Van Proyn so that Marilyn would have to talk to me about how she might want to live with me and my sons. Pooh. Now, let's say I'm right. You have a large number of dogs that happen to look like actual citizens, yes, that are in positions of authority in the government of the United States, yes. And the United States Navy is going to allow you to do this right now. Well, that's what you've been saying. You've been saying that the police and sheriff's departments have no obligation to enforce the civil rights of American citizens. Now, yesterday I documented some war crimes. Today, I'm asking the Navy if they're agreeing with your decision making. Because the truth is, it's not mowing the lawn or sleeping at the location where I've been sleeping at. It's this idea of obstructing me from being able to sue you. Now, I would say that the Office of Naval Intelligence should have a pretty good size computer. Yes. And the Defense Intelligence Agency should have a large computer available to themselves. Yes. I'm just going to look for some cyber criminals right now. Oh, because, every time I document a crime, you are obligated to enforce the law. You can't arbitrarily say that you're just not going to enforce the laws of the United States. And your family, yes, might have some influences in the actual command of the United States Navy. Now, I've heard this rationale, yes, that there are so many of us that there's nothing that the United States can do. Well, we tried come to find out we can release an orgasm in any dog at any time. Yes. And then there's the argumentation of the United States Army or Air Force. Let's look at what the Navy can do today. Because I'm thinking, yes, that since I'm right, yes, that Homeland Security has some really big problems because these submarines, yeah, they're kind of large. Why don't you get me the fleet command of the United States submarines? I think there's 17 different commands of submarines. Yes. You thought that you, as Homeland Security, had the legal right, yes, to implant individuals without their knowledge, yes, so that you can enlist them in your top secret pussyfoot army right now, so that you would have command of the United States Navy. Now there's some problems with this. Now we can look at the dictionary, yes, because I'm going to want to know the cybernetics of Homeland Security, yes. Now let's say, well, there's what's known as hormone. The regulatory substance, yes, produced in an organism, transported in tissue fluid such as blood or sap, to stimulate specific cells or tissues into action. A synthetic substance with a similar effect, then the hormones, a person's sex hormones, as held to influence behavior or mood. Now, the hormones that I think of, yes, well, there's the menstruation hormones, and then there are the ovulation hormones, yes, and then there is the testosterone hormones of those that are men. Now, as I understand it, you decided to take the testicles of those in the United States Navy, Homeland Security, and the ovaries of those that you did not want having sex. Yes. So you thought that you would menopause a large number of women that were dissatisfied in their sexual relationships. Now, if I looked at the hormones of myself and those that I love, can you tell me exactly what the difference is between the testicles of a dog, yes, and the testicles of a man, and the ovaries of a dog, yes, and the ovaries of a woman, yes? Now, for all of those that thought we're going the way of the dog, yes, and we're going to load our orgasms, and then we're going to come to find out, yes, what is it about the manufacturing of the actual substance that has sperm in it? Yes, that produces one, two, or three. Oh. Well, let's say I was to cut the balls off of every dog today. Ouch.